Hello everyone. How are you doing today? Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. So happy to be able to connect. So, pretty much how this is going, we have been able to keep the live videos in English on Tuesdays and Spanish on Thursdays. We are finding ourselves going live at different times. It has, benefits as well where people may benefit with. Sometimes our appointments change, our calendar change as well. So we are preparing as well to those changes and more during summertime, right? So for this week, we are focusing on a very interesting topic uh, here today. And one thing to share with the community is about the faces. Like, to be more specific, I title this video as Faces is Part of the Journey. Honor or learning to honor where you are at. So there are different things to take in consideration when we are working around the journey towards becoming independent or keeping the independence, right? The maintenance is another topic to talk about and also reinforce on these educations. As many of you heard before, the objective of these videos are for educational purposes. It's one of the things we go live in this platform to share with the community. It is a type of support as well, so that we can keep us updated and more in educational purposes. As a life and wellness coach, we are here to support, to guide. Sometimes people describe us as to motivate, right? Encourage as well. It has, with permission, always that part of educational part, but also motivating the self-awareness, self-guidance is very important as well. Another thing to mention as well is that coaches do not treat, coaches do not diagnose. We always encourage clients to follow the instructions of their healthcare providers. Very important to mention that, and also to consider that working towards your independence, your goals as well. So very important. Let me take a second that we receive a message here, and I want no distractions for this video as well. So maybe someone here forgot to mention the status we put, but we are here. And coming back, we are talking about different factors to take in consideration when you consider that every phase is part of the journey when it comes to working around your health, your wellness, or life goals. As many of you know, here in Living Without Limits with Karina Seda, we help individuals before and or after a stroke. So that before comes when you are working around prevention, like moving away, we describe it, moving away from having, sometimes we are told that we may be in high risk, for example. And I know that we covered this last week, but to keep it short for this video, pretty much the few phases or factors to consider when you consider all phases in the journey, whether before or after, we can apply this in both scenarios. Make sense? So number one is considering that growth, uh, working towards a journey, it is like this, right? So sometimes we have the image that everything is going to be like this, like a line up, right? And we forget about the challenges we may face, the obstacles that maybe comes from nowhere, right? Unexpected obstacles or things like I was mentioning earlier, our calendar may change, but still one thing to reinforce in that factor is being able to follow through. right? And here is where guidance is very important, and we see that role essential in the working around your health and wellness or life goals. But that is one factor, that considering that growth is not linear. Makes sense? So few things as well to consider is the emotional ups and downs, that maybe it could be related with the same image, right? About that sometimes we expect things to go like in a straight line. Okay, so another factor to share is that sometimes we hear a lot like, I am behind, I am not where I should be, right? When I was preparing for this video today, what came to mind is the comparison. When we are stuck comparing ourselves to others, like, this person is walking already, or maybe is not using a cane, or move from 4-point cane to 1 cane quickly, and so on, are different examples, but we can relate to other areas as well, right? If you are working around your career, for example, the time frame, that's the time is different for each individual. Here is where the purpose for each soul, for each individual, is different, maybe different. So things to motivate. And I just remember years ago where I found myself like motivating people to not compare themselves to others. One of the posts came to mind about under this topic, like sometimes we say to ourselves, we are behind, or I should be, or things should be this way. Makes sense? So are different factors that to share with the community, and also considering those different points. Okay, so a great reminder after these factors is to be gentle, right? Sometimes it is easier saying it than doing it. But before closing this video, I would love to invite you to post a comment below if something relates, if anything come up while you were watching this video, or if a person came to mind. Feel free to share this video with them as well. Are different ways where we can keep spreading the word about the support we have, the different type of support as well, and so that they can keep working towards their desired goal. But before I close, I would love to summarize those factors that we covered today. Okay, so number one is that growth, progress, or the journey, whether before or after a stroke, is not linear. That was number one. Number two, considering the emotional ups and downs in the journey. Okay, again, I am here doing both scenarios, before or after. Number three, the factor that we often say ourselves, like things such as, I am behind, I am not where I should be. And considering these factors, identifying that this is part of the process, right? There are different phases we may go through. That here is where the data, the information, or generics takes place, right? One thing is taking in consideration the information, the data, right? Very important as well, part of the process. And it's just like a tool, right? Like something to support the knowledge as well. But there are other things in consideration when we are working towards life or wellness goals, so that we can keep working towards that goal, right? And few things I mentioned, those challenges as well, the guidance, the journey is very important to be aware of, about the factors, the generics information, but also the other essential areas to cover or take in consideration when you are working towards your goals. Make sense? So with that being said, I am going to end this video titled as "Every phase is part of their journey, learning how to honor where you are." If you have any questions, feel free to go to the link below, or maybe you want to talk about specifics. It is a great opportunity to go to the link below and schedule your appointment if you feel ready. We can connect via phone or via video in that appointment, and it's just a free 30 minutes time that we have to talk about and maybe discover. We call it the introductory call, but also it is like a discovery, right? Things that we can learn so that you can keep working towards your goals as well. So I hope you have a great day, a great week, and see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.